Well, break time's over, let's get back to the game. So I was thinking about, this whole Minotauros deal while part 107 was saving, and I got to thinking, you know how Tauros is already a very competent Pokemon to begin with? In fact, other than maybe, well, of course there's... Wait, what? This guy is actually called Auron? Really? Auron? Well, I'm trying to come up with a joke, but I have none. Oh! I'm paralyzed on top of that. And to think, I went to heal my Regis between parts 107 and 108, and, well, apparently I did it for nothing because I'm going to have to return to the Pokemon Center because, well, no way I'm going to deal with a paralyzed Regis for this long, because even though Regis is a huge slugger, it still manages... Wow! Well, okay, that was very clearly the Quick Claw kicking in, because even with the Quick Claw and it being level 48, it's still a very slow Pokemon to begin with. But as I was about to say before I got paralyzed, I have no jokes to make about this guy being called Auron, so I'm gonna let you make your own. There are some of you who are really good at that, so I'm not even gonna bother. You do the jokes for today. And yeah, of course I'm going to heal, because of course I'm not going to drag a paralyzed Regis around for a long period of time, and I'm so stingy when it comes to money and items that I'm not going to bother using items to heal Regis if it can be avoided at all. And by the way, one thing you may have noticed on the Pokemon menu is that all 5 of my team members are in my party and Tentacool is not. The reason for that is because I won't have any need for Cut or Dive in the next leg of this LP, so that's why Tentacool is currently chilling in the PC, and I have my full team and Tropius to accompany them. And as far as our next destination goes, well, this is Route 125, where there are a lot of trainers like any other sea route, but Route 125 is home to the Shoal Cave, where you can get a very valuable item if you complete a little side quest, which is the Shell Bell. What the Shell Bell does, it's essentially a worse version of Leftovers. How it works is that whenever you do an attack, you recover 1/8 of the damage you did on the opponent. So for example, let's say I do 80 damage to this Tropius, I'm going to recover 10 HP. And what you gotta do to get that Shell Bell is you have to collect 4 Shoal Salts and 4 Shoal Shells. Then you give them to an old man at the entrance of the Shoal Cave, and he makes a Shell Bell out of the salt and the shells. And what's really funny about the Shoal Cave is that it's the only timed event in the entire game. Remember when I set the clock all the way back in part number 1? It had one purpose, and it's the tide in the Shoal Cave, because the Shoal Cave is essentially 2 dungeons in one when the tide is high and another one when the tide is low. But you're about to see exactly what I'm talking about in just a moment. I'm just going to grab the item that was a prize for fighting those 2 trainers, and oh! I get it now! Auron saw this other guy, the bird keeper, throw a bottle in the water, and he thought I was the one throwing the bottle into the water? This Auron, I'm sorry, but he's an absolute idiot. How could he mistake me for him when all 3 of us were as close as that together? What a... Well, I was about to say an incompetent idiot, but it's a freaking Pokemon NPC. What else do you expect? Anyway, I think I beat all the trainers on Route 125, so I can head off to the Shoal Cave. And what I'm going to do once I get there, I'm going to put Blaziken as my lead. It may seem dangerous since there are Spheals in there, but Spheals are also part ice, so double kick is super effective, so it's of no real concern. And the reason why I'm putting Blaziken in the lead is because there aren't many opportunities to level it up late in this game, so I am taking every opportunity I can. And this is the guy who makes the Shell Bells for you, and that's exactly what he's saying. He needs shoal salt, and shoal shells, and if I bring 4 of each to him, he's going to make me a Shoal Bell. And this is the High Tide dungeon, which is fairly linear and easy to navigate. And in the High Tide dungeon, you can collect the shoal shells. And the shoal salt is, of course, found in the Low Tide dungeon, since all the water has withdrawn, but there are still piles of salt that were in the salt water that are on the ground when the tide is low. And the coolest thing about this area, believe it or not, I don't know if you knew this, probably, but if you didn't know, you can come back here every day and the shoal shells and shoal salt will come back every day. So it's wonderful because you can make Shoal Bells, for your entire party, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to record only my first time through this dungeon. Of course, you don't need to see me do that 6 times, especially since it's the same Pokemon over and over, the same areas over and over, the same items over and over. No, I'm just going to record the first time around and spare you the tedium of the other 5 trips. But it's going to be really worth it for me, because the Shoal Bell, even though it's an inferior leftovers, is still much better than what any of my Pokemon currently have. And by the way, it's worth noting that this place is the only area in the entire game where you can find Spheals. Back in Generation 3, they always evolved into Walrein, but back in Generation 3, Walrein was nothing but an inferior Lapras. And then Generation 4 came around, and it obtained the awesome Ice Body ability, which allows it to recover quite a bit of HP in Hail every single turn, which gave rise to the infamous Stall Rain strategy. How it works is that you alternate between Protect and Substitute to stall your opponent out, and you got 2 other moves that you can use to annoy your opponent even further, or, well, kill them, of course. You can use Toxic, which goes very well with it. You can use Surf, you can use Blizzard, you can use Super Fang, and by the way, Walrein is, by the way, the best user of the Brine Super Fang combo. Use Super Fang when your opponent has a lot of HP, use Brine when it's below half, and yeah, this is a rather cool combo that was discovered, but I don't recommend using it on a Stall Rain set. Use the 2 separately, please. And one thing I wanted to ask you is that, starting with part 104, and oh, this is what a shoal shell looks like, by the way. I gotta collect all 4 of them before I can move on. But yeah, starting with part 104, I used a different codec for recording the game in those videos, and I don't think the quality went down. What I want to ask you is, did you notice a decrease in quality? Because the thing is that the videos take a lot less long to save, and the files are also much smaller. So, and that, even though I don't have a significant drop in quality, in fact, I can't see a drop in quality at all. So, I want to ask you, do you think there's been a difference in terms of video quality since part 104? Because if there wasn't, then I feel really stupid, because I made like 450 videos with the default codec, which was called Microsoft Video 1, I believe, and then I switched to the Cam Studio Lossless codec since part 104, and it takes, as I said, it takes less time to save, and the files are smaller. So, yeah, what was I thinking, not even looking into that? Well, to be fair, the problem was that I was looking for a codec that could possibly handle a recording of Platinum on this computer, and it actually works sort of okay. But if you'll excuse me, I'm starting to approach the 10-minute mark, so I'm gonna just save this video, and I'll be right back.